The forest was alive with whispers. Leaves rustled without wind, and shadows slithered across the moonlit road as if they had a life of their own. Ravi's car sputtered and then fell silent, leaving him stranded in the middle of a desolate jungle road. He tried the ignition once, twice, 3 times. Nothing. An uneasy silence blanketed the area, broken only by the faint chirping of distant crickets. He checked his phone, no signal. Frustrated, he slammed the steering wheel. That's when he heard it, soft, rhythmic tapping, like bare feet on asphalt. Ravi turned sharply and saw her, a girl in a flowing white dress, walking down the road. Her long black hair glistened under the pale moonlight, and she moved with an almost ethereal grace. She didn't belong here. Not in this eerie, suffocating jungle. "Hey, excuse me?" Ravi called out, stepping out of his car. The girl paused. The girl tossed her head, tilting slightly, but she didn't turn around. Instead, she continued walking, her bare feet making no sound now. Ravi hesitated. Something about her felt wrong. Yet curiosity and desperation pushed him forward. Maybe she knows a way out? He muttered to himself. As he followed her, the forest seemed to close in. The air grew colder, the trees loomed taller, and a strange, oppressive darkness settled over everything. The whispers grew louder, forming indistinct words that made Ravi's skin crawl. "Wait!" he shouted, his voice echoing unnaturally. She stopped in a clearing and turned to face him. Her face was soft and calm, her smile impossibly sweet. "What are you doing here?" she asked, her voice carrying an unsettling echo as if it came from the trees themselves. Ravi quickly explained about his car breaking down and how he had followed her, hoping for help. The girl listened intently, her head tilting slightly as if studying him. "You're lucky you found me," she said. "Come with me. My house is nearby. You can call for help from there." Relieved, Ravi nodded and followed her further into the forest. The girl led him to an old, crumbling house that seemed to grow out of the forest itself. Its windows were shattered and the wooden beams groaned as if alive. The sight of it sent a shiver down Ravi's spine, but the girl's reassuring smile beckoned him inside. "This way," she said, pushing open the heavy door. Inside, the house was strangely pristine. A fire burned in the hearth, casting flickering shadows on the walls. The air was heavy with the scent of flowers and something metallic like blood. "Sit," she said sweetly, gesturing to a chair at a dining table. "I'll get you something to eat." Ravi sat hesitantly, his eyes scanning the room. There were no photos, no personal belongings, just strange carved symbols on the walls. A chill ran down his spine. The girl disappeared into the kitchen. As Ravi waited, he noticed a tall, cracked mirror hanging on the wall. He glanced at it and froze. Her reflection wasn't the kind, beautiful girl he had followed. It was a monstrous figure with glowing red eyes, jagged teeth, and blood dripping from her lips. In her hands, she held a long, blood-stained knife. Ravi's heart raced. He glanced at her feet. They were twisted backward. The girl returned, her smile wider than before. She placed a plate of food in front of him and said softly, "Eat, you'll need your strength." I should check my car again," Ravi stammered, rising from the chair. Her smile faltered, her eyes narrowing. "There's no need to leave. You're safe here." He stepped back, inching toward the door. "Thank you, but I really should." Before he could finish, the door slammed shut on its own. The candles flickered, plunging the room into shadows. The girl's face twisted, her sweet demeanor melting away into something predatory. "You shouldn't have followed me," she hissed, her voice distorted and guttural. Ravi bolted, smashing through a window and leaping into the cold night. He felt the glass slice into his arms, but didn't stop running. Behind him, her laughter echoed, a chilling sound that seemed to come from everywhere. The forest was alive now. The trees swayed unnaturally, their branches clawing at him. Disembodied whispers surrounded him, growing louder with every step. "Ravi? Ravi? Come back!" He stumbled into a clearing and fell to his knees. At the center was an ancient shrine, overgrown with vines. Embedded in a stone pedestal was a trident glowing faintly in the darkness. Desperate, Ravi grabbed the trident. A surge of energy coursed through his body, and the whispers turned into deafening screams. The girl emerged from the shadows, now fully transformed. Her limbs were elongated, her jaws unnaturally wide, and her eyes burned like coals. She lunged at him. But Ravi swung the trident with all his strength. The weapon glowed brightly, striking her midair. She screamed in agony as the light consumed her, her form dissolving into ash. As dawn broke, Ravi stumbled onto a dirt road, bloodied and trembling. A passing truck stopped, and the driver, a wrinkled old man, helped him inside. "What happened to you, son?" the man asked. Ravi hesitated, glancing back at the forest. He thought he saw a figure in white standing at the edge, her glowing eyes fixed on him. "Just never stop in the jungle at night," he whispered. The truck rumbled away, leaving the haunted forest behind. But as Ravi looked at the trident still clutched in his hand, he wondered if he had truly escaped, or if the forest would come for him again.